our daughter Evie, she was 10 when she was diagnosed. She was diagnosed Valentine's Day 2023. Yeah, Evie was such a healthy child. She was so happy and so friendly and so kind. So the diagnosis definitely came as a shock. Evie started to become very, very anxious, which was not like her at all. She also started stumbling a lot, and I just knew straight away that something was wrong. I actually took her to the doctor and I investigated the basic simple things that you would, and everything came back normal, and it just furthered my gut instinct that something was off. When you get the official diagnosis and when you're called into that big scary room and you're given a box of tissues and all of a sudden you have an oncologist and a nurse and, you know, a lot of paperwork in front of them and the scan up on the screen, and you're told that, you know, your child has a glioma, that it's in the brainstem, that there's absolutely nothing that can be done about it. There's no treatment, there's no cure, and that you have approximately 9 months of life left. I know that me and my husband went into shock. It's like you've been accidentally put into the wrong story. You're just sort of like, no, this isn't our life. We were ignorant, you know. We were living this beautifully ignorant life. We definitely spent a long time, I would say about 4 months, living in a world where we couldn't make sense of anything. I guess the way that we managed it was to just be really present in the moment and just love on Evie, love on our other children, and just stay together. That was the most important part for us as a family. I have so many beautiful memories of Evie. She was that really incredible, easy, just gentle kid, that first child that you have, that's the dream, the one that makes you want to have more. DIPG is a complicated diagnosis because it is not very known. So when Evie was diagnosed with DIPG, what we ended up realizing very quickly was that we would have to educate people about the diagnosis. So what I guess that sort of did was it took a lot of our strength. You know, it was a lot for us to deal with, and you know, and we took that on pretty quickly, and we definitely prioritized that because we realized that there was such a giant gap in knowledge and we wanted to help fill that. One of the things that we did was we made our story public quite quickly, because frankly we were desperate for help, and we knew that we wouldn't be able to get through any of that alone. So we had a lot of people and families reach out who were either directly or indirectly affected by DIPG. Through those contacts, we then found a DIPG support group in Australia, which was invaluable. It did take us a while for us not to be scared to talk to them. And it was basically because we were so scared of what we were going to see and hear. And I'm really quite scared to think that there are going to be more children and their families who will be affected by this. I will never stop working to help. This is my life's mission now, whether I like it or not. I hate that there's more families who have to go through this pain and fear. I hate that it just makes me more determined to want to change this. In this horrific world of DIPG, we started off quite lucky because I noticed, you know, fairly early on, because we did catch it so early, Evie was able to have radiation, which reversed the minor symptoms that she had developed up until that point. So she got probably a good 6 months of health. I'm grateful that we had the 6 months of just really good health for her, because it allowed us to do so many things and experience so much and make so many memories. And she was able to be fully present, you know, mentally and physically. So my advice would be to reach out, engage with the people that are reaching out to you. Not only do they have real world advice, they have amazing contacts. Having someone who has been through every single step the same way that you either are, you know, will, is, it feels like you're not alone. When your child's diagnosed with DIPG and you're going through the motions of trying to keep your family okay, your child dealing with the prospect that they're going to die, and then you find out that the government has put no priority on your child's life, and the government, when you then do try to engage, seems to be silent or dismissive. Of course it makes a person angry. It just makes you want to do something, and it makes you want to change this. It's not acceptable that our children are left alone to deal with this alone. It's not acceptable that there are families like ours being put through the most horrendous torture and trauma without acknowledgement, without research, without funding. And we hear the number 20 thrown around a lot, 20 children in Australia a year diagnosed with DIPG. What I can say is that there are more than 20 children. I don't know how these numbers are being reported, but they're wrong. And what I will also say is that obviously with population growth, there will be more children in the future diagnosed on a yearly basis. And unfortunately, with the way that the world is and lifestyle and all of that, and just the toxins that we all live with, there will be more children in the future. And so I find it unacceptable that the number 20 is what allows the government to keep dismissing the need for huge and millions of dollars of research funding.